1. The McDonald's machine runs in 7th behind Mario Dominguez. Dominguez and Bourdais swept us. Oh, one car in trouble. Ryan Hunter-Ray. What's the 31 car, the Briggs and Stratton machine?
He will get to shake the champagne. And
Trouble. Allmendinger clubs the wall on top. Gets hit by Mario Dominguez.
You got to respect this sport. You got to respect the race cars, respect the other competitors, respect the racetrack. The key is to not let that take over while you're out there. And if that ever does, once it does, you'll never get it out of your head, and you'll never be the driver that you used to be if something happened and that's why it's in your head, or you'll never be a great driver if that's in your head.
Mindset is simple. You think it's not going to be you, and if it's the guy next to you, you just say, gee, I'm glad it wasn't me. Thank goodness it wasn't me. And you move on. You raced and you took the odds, you know, you'd say, hey, there's a few guys that make it okay. I'll be one of them. And a lot of guys that race around me that didn't.
A driver is an unusual animal in as far as there's a mental ability to see friends be injured, sometimes killed, and yet have that ability to close that door to that emotionally distressful time and get straight back into the arena that could potentially put him in the same situation. The worst day I ever had in racing was in Michigan, 1984. I lost control going into turn 3, and I hit the wall at about 215, 217 miles an hour. The car continued to rotate at about 150 miles an hour, trying to throw me out of the car. I'm now strapped to the front with the 6 points harness, the only thing that's saving my life, completely enveloped in this wreckage. When it came to a standstill, I realized I was in deep trouble here. And then the safety crew showed up.
Allmendinger on the outside, contact, 4 wide. A couple of cars hit, I believe that's Vassar.
sort of telepathic type thing happens between the driver and the man in charge of the incident. There's a telepathic type of situation that says, you're cool, I'm here, I'm going to take care of you, relax. Suddenly, you're all on the same track. And he'll sit back in the seat a little bit and relax and let you do your job.
You just got to have faith in him. You know when something happens and you're sitting there and you're, kind of figuring out where you are, you know the faces that you're going to see. It's not a surprise. I said, my head hurts, my neck hurts. They wanted to be safe. We'll get you in the ambulance, get you to the hospital, check you over. If you're good to go, you're good to go. They're essential to this series, and this series wouldn't be what it is without them.
Yellow, 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 turn 2. That's when they become the race driver with the green flag. They go do their thing that they've been trained to do with their experience. They rely on all their experience to act without having to think it out. Because there are no timeouts really in racing.
Anytime we have an incident is my worst day, because there's a lot involved there. Not only the safety, well-being of the driver, but getting the racetrack ready again, and then saying, oh, I hope I clean that oil up well enough to let those cars go 200 miles an hour over it again. There's so many factors involved here. My best day is when I can sit and watch the race.